Good morning. Welcome to Main and Center. It is Chris Kalin and Company, and it is time for this segment being brought to you by the Crossroads House. And, of course, when you mention the Crossroads House, you think of Diane Saya, and she is here today. Good morning, Diane, and welcome again. How are things?
Good morning, Chris, and thank you for having me. Everything is great.
That's what we'd like to hear. Crossroads House celebrating, we've been plugging right along now, over 20 years.
Yeah.
It's going
and
great.
Counting.
The Crossroads House, of course, located right nearby here. A wonderful facility that is always looking for your volunteer work hours, whether it's in-home or even shoveling, cutting grass, organizing. But they've got some events that are coming up, and I know, Diane, you wanted to mention something about one of the big fundraisers coming up in March.
That would be our 25th, so silver anniversary of the Betty Ellison Memorial Strikeout for Crossroads. And this is a bowling event. We have it every year. It's so much fun.
There's some ladies that have organized this and are kind of running it, putting it together, and they are here today to tell us a little bit about that and about their experience within the Crossroads House. You want to introduce these ladies?
It's my pleasure, Chris. We have two very special ladies here today, and as you mentioned, they've been planning and organizing our bowling event every year. In addition, it's a mother and daughter team of Cindy Lowder and her daughter, Tara Johnson. And something else that they share in common is that they're each a caregiver. So I will let them share their stories.
Welcome, ladies. Cindy Lowder, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How long have you two been, and Tara Johnson, welcome. How long have you two been organizing the bowling event?
Well, we've been trying to figure that out, but we think it's 10 plus years anyway.
Yeah.
I think I did it for a year without Tara, and then the second year that I did it, I corralled her into it with me. So I think it's been over 10 years that we've been doing it, but the bowling tournament itself has been going on for 25 years.
Right.
Betty Ellison started it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, thank you for taking the reins and keeping it going. I know prior to this pandemic, it was hugely popular. People loved attending, and I know they're anxiously waiting to get involved again. Cindy, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I have lived in East Pembroke almost my entire life. Took a little side road to Arizona after graduation for about a year and a half, but ended up back here, married my high school sweetheart, had our two children living in the Pembroke district.
White picket fence.
Actually, we never did have a white picket, but
we got two red barns.
Close. Two big red barns. And raise our children there and just always loved living out that way.
Sounds nice. Almost like the American story. That's wonderful. What was your career? What is your career? What do you do?
Well, I'm semi-retired now. I still work a part-time job, but for many, many years, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I found that selling Avon was a good way to make money and stay home with my kids. So I did that for 30 plus years.
Stay-at-home mom is a full-time job.
It really is.
I
definitely
have
is.
The utmost respect when somebody says, well, I stay at home, and that is a lot of work.
Yep.
It really is.
It is.
Well, very good. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you're a volunteer at Crossroads House. What are some of the duties that you do?
Well, I got involved, before the house even opened, so 20 plus years ago. Our founder, Kathy Penapento, was a friend of mine and an Avon customer, and she got me into to do a fundraiser with my Avon business for Crossroads House.
And kind of took off.
And well, after we did that, she asked me to come on the board. So I sat on the board of directors for about 16 years and got very involved with it. During that time, my own mother passed away at Crossroads House.
Okay.
And, I always knew through my work with the board how crucial this kind of care is for end of life. But when your own mother or own family member uses it, you really realize, wow, this is what I've been helping with. This is what it's really all about. And you get, for that period of time that you're using Crossroads House services, you get to be a daughter again.
Mm-hmm.
instead of just a caretaker. And I was so grateful for it. So even after I stepped off the board, I continued with Crossroads House. I am very involved with the gardening.
Mm-hmm.
My gardening is my thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Handed down to me from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So the garden is very special to me there, and I'm pretty involved with that all summer long.
Now,
and we do the bowling tournament.
That's plenty to do right there.
Yeah.
Keeping yourself
busy.
Active. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, as a caregiver, Diane had alluded to, you're a caregiver at home now, besides, being a stay-at-home parent. Who are you taking care of?
Well, my children are long raised, so I'm not taking care of them anymore. But about 3 years ago, my husband's mom came to live with us, so we are her caretakers. She had spent her summers with us since she retired, and so she's very familiar with our home. But she came from Arizona, so it was a bit of a drastic change to come and live in New York full time. And the reason that her other children and my husband decided that she needed to live with someone is because she had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Ah, okay.
So
that's reason enough right there.
That's reason enough. And she was already very familiar with our home. She had a bedroom in our home that she had used for years when she was here in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alzheimer's is kind of a ugly disease,
mm-hmm.
and she has continued to go downhill as the time has gone on.
But you're there to assist when
we're
needed.
there, yeah. And my husband is retired as well, so we're home all the time, and we have 2 grown children who are just amazing with their grandma. Our daughter does not live at home, but she is over at my house constantly to see her grandma and spend time with her and help with her, and our son does still live at home, so he's a great help with his grandmother.
Excellent. So it does take a whole family, or as the expression goes, it takes a village. What can you tell people that may need to know about their futures as caregivers?
I think for me, the most important thing to tell people, when you're a caregiver, you can't do it alone, and you shouldn't do it alone, because it's not good for you or the person you're caring for. So the biggest piece of advice I would give is ask for help. Not everybody will offer it because they don't know what you need. So I think you're right. It takes a village. I never liked that adage about it takes a village to raise a child, because I just didn't want the village raising my children.
Right.
But when it comes to your aging parents or any person that you have to take care of, whether it's someone with a disability or dementia, whatever it may be, ask for help. There's so much resources out there. The Alzheimer's Association for us has been an amazing, wonderful organization with all kinds of help that they can offer, and advice and services and where to go to get what you need. And we tapped into that very quickly when Mom came to live with us. They have seminars that will give you all kinds of information and tell you about legal things you need to get in place, tell you about services you need to get in place. Of course, for us, Mom coming from another state added a whole nother level of things that needed to be done to establish residency.
Oh, yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So ask for help.
Excellent.
Dig. You got the internet now, which is a wonderful source of information. You can really, really get the things you need and surround yourself with that.
Cindy Lowder, thank you. Excellent advice.
You're
and
welcome.
We'll take that to heart. Tara Johnson is here.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You volunteer for the bowling event as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are also a caregiver of whom?
I am a caregiver for my my son. He is 20 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you. He's my first, so it's, being a new mom is definitely something you think you can try to be ready for, but you're never really ready.
Indeed. And so you're a stay-at-home mom right now?
No. I also work full time.
Oh, my. Wow.
Yeah, my job is I'm actually a care coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So I work for an agency that works with people with developmental disabilities.
Okay.
And I help coordinate services. So
It's a busy life.
It is very busy right now. I'm very lucky with my job. The flexibility that it offers me is wonderful. We are 100% remote right now because of COVID. But
Mm-hmm.
even prior to that, it was kind of a hybrid thing. I would go to the office and be in the field, but I also had days where I could stay at home and work from home.
And taking care of raising the child.
Taking care of my son. Yeah.
Now, how do you find time to balance the busy life and volunteer as well as your job?
Yeah. I mean, it's organization is big. Calendar. I live by my calendar. But kind of going off what my mom said, really asking for help. And, I have a great husband who also obviously is helping me raise my son. And we have wonderful family who provide his childcare. Like I said, I'm 100% remote, but I still need somebody to kind of help me keep an eye on him. And so my parents and my in-laws do all of that. And yeah, it's definitely a struggle. But asking for help and, yeah. Focusing
on that, not going it alone.
Yeah.
Seems to be the
definitely.
message. Because it'll stress you.
It will. And you have to try and find time to, part of asking for help is saying, hey, can you watch my son while for me, my mom loves gardening. I love running.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to go for a run. Sometimes I do take him with me, but it's nice to be able to go out for those solo runs.
Sure.
Asking for help so that you can take some time for yourself, and focus, kind of refocus yourself.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Tara Johnson and Cindy Lowder are here, mother and daughter, volunteers for the Crossroads House, and caregivers in their own right. You taking care of your mother-in-law, you taking care of your son. Challenging, but doable in today's COVID-related pandemic. But also volunteers at the Crossroads House handling the bowling fundraiser, which will be virtual later this month. I want to thank you, ladies, for coming out of your comfort zone. I know being behind a microphone is not your favorite thing, but you did a great job. Cindy Lowder, nice work. And Tara Johnson, nice work.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, not at all. Very good job. And this segment has been brought to you by the Crossroads House.